Today I'm going to show you how to use heading styles in a Google Doc. We'll learn how to apply the heading styles, how to use the headings to automatically generate a table of contents, and how to customize the styles. So here I have a Google Doc. I've already applied certain heading styles. I can tell when I have a heading because when I click on that text and I look towards the styles drop-down menu at the top, it will tell me heading. If I click on any other text, I will see it say normal text. Heading styles are important because they allow you to not only customize the way your document looks, but also create a structure which allows you to automatically insert a table of contents, which we'll do in a moment. If I'd like to insert a new heading or turn existing text into a heading style, let's say I want to add one called Class Topics. What I would do is just select that text with my mouse, go up to that Styles menu, and choose the heading style I'd like to apply. If you think of a hierarchy, the top of your hierarchy would be your heading 1, and then underneath that, the child of heading 1 would be heading 2, and so on. And this will make more sense when you see the table of contents. So I'm going to make this a heading 1 because it's one of the largest sections of my document here. To automatically insert a table of contents, I'd want to find a place on the page to put it, put my cursor there, go to the Insert menu at the top, and choose Table of Contents. So you want to do this after you have your heading styles in your document, and what this will do is automatically create that table of contents based on my heading styles. So you can see About Computer Education and Class Topics, those are both heading 1s. Underneath Class Topics, we have a heading 2 called Excel, and underneath Excel, we have several heading 3 items. So you can see how that created the hierarchy in this table of contents. The table of contents does not automatically refresh, so if I make a change, for example, if I call this Overview of Computer Education, I'd want to go back up to my table of contents and click anywhere on the table of contents, and you'll see a refresh button appear on the top right. And I can click that to refresh the table of contents. Along with giving me a list of what's in my document, the table of contents is also helpful because I can click on any item and get a link to that area in the document. So if I wanted to skip down to the FileMaker section, I could click on FileMaker, and I see a little link here that I can click on, and that will jump me down to that section of the document. The table of contents is also useful because if I turn this document into a PDF, those links will be very easily clickable as well. So if I wanted to do that, I would go to the File menu, and I could download as a PDF. And when I open that PDF, I can see my table of contents is in here as well, and if I click on any one of those items, it will also jump me directly to that section of the document. So I have my document, I have a number of styles in here. Let's say I wanted to customize the font or the color or the size or any other aspect of that text. So let me try this with heading 3 because you can see a few here in a row. I would select one instance, make my changes to it. So let's say I want to make them this aqua color. And then I would go back to my styles menu, go to heading 3, and update heading 3 to match my selection. So now when I look at my document, I could see all of my heading 3s are now that color. The last thing you might want to do is change your defaults. So if you like these new styles you've created, you can go back to the Styles menu, choose Option, and you can save them as your default styles. This means that every new document you create will have those heading 3s in aqua, or those heading 1s in Arial black, as I formatted earlier.